If you just joined us on Logan City's 101 FM morning show, where have you been? You've missed some good stuff, but you haven't missed the best bits. They're coming up next, which is great. We love it when we have studio guests, and this morning we've got an action-packed program, actually. A lovely lady who I tried to have a chat with at Paula Brand's networking lunch the other day. It was so busy. I actually had a queue of people, and they all wanted to avoid me for some reason. Anyway, Amanda, first of all, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning. Thank you for having me.
It is an absolute pleasure. Amanda is here from a company. It's got emphasis on WHS, Workplace Health and Safety. Now, what's really exciting about this, they've got an opening event, which is this week. We'll get Amanda to tell us about that. But what they're trying to do, it's training, and part of it is for, dare I say the word, mature-aged people, and also people with disabilities, to live in a way where they make it fun and memorable for all the right reasons. And it's important. As a lady who has grown up here in Logan City, I know that you're trying to get something and put something back into the community now.
Yeah, that's right. I said I'd like to offer something back to the community, help others, and actually work with them. So.
And you've got an exciting week ahead. I mean, you and I have been chatting on Facebook for a little while about this. Tell us what's happening. You've got it's the grand opening on the 4th of Feb.
That's right. We've got the grand opening happening on the 4th of February. It's at number 3/31 Thompson Street at Bowen Hills. Everyone's welcome to attend. Lucky door prizes on the day, so bring your business cards with you. Said 10% discounts on the day for anyone who enrolls in any of the courses or other tasks that we have.
So what kind of stuff? I mean, we talk about it. It was interesting. We're doing a little bit of DIY. I'm the world's worst DIY person, but we go to one or two of the big sort of DIY stores, and you see in there are some, dare we say, slightly older people working in an environment where you've got all sorts of hazards in there. These are kind of people that would benefit from coming on some of your courses.
Mature age workers are definitely going to benefit. Said we have a lot of people, mature age workers, who unfortunately are getting made redundant these days, and you have all that knowledge and experience walking out the door. So what we're doing is we're actually saying, hey, rather than being put on the scrap heap and having that low morale, come in, do a training course with us, get some of that experience, and making more attractive to employers, and actually work, because you're more attractive, you're going to be more chance of actually getting a job and utilising that knowledge and experience.
And there's no substitute for experience, is there?
Definitely not.
And as a fact, you've obviously, as you said, you've grown up in the Logan area. You've seen some changes here, some for the better, some not so good. What would you say to people that are thinking of, hey, this sounds quite interesting? First of all, what kind of courses for the more mature people would you be suggesting that they could perhaps take part in?
I'd be looking at things such as possibly audits or investigations, which are non-accredited courses. I'd be also looking at training, so it could be workplace health and safety, it could be rehabilitation, speaking from experience, because they do have that hands-on approach, and like I said, there's nothing more valuable than experience, so they can actually use their knowledge and experience as for part of that training.
I mean, what's interesting when people talk about Australia and perhaps Queensland, dare we say there is an attitude that is somewhat ageist. You're on the scrap heap with some of the bigger companies. I know somebody who's just under 50, got made redundant, can't find a job, and was told by somebody when they went for a course, take your age off your CV, because the first thing they look at, and that's it, they decide, despite all the experience you might have, that's it, no, they're far too old.
That's right. I mean, I've had that to me as well. So anyone over 40 these days is considered too old and on the scrap heap. So what we're looking at doing is saying, well, hey, we don't look at that. We're going to actually use that to our advantage. So come in, actually do a course with us and have all that knowledge and experience utilised elsewhere. So people who can do that, will thrive on it, and they have that eye for detail.
Absolutely.
Like me, I'm very passionate about what I do, and they would do really, really well. And so we want to keep the actual jobs here in Australia.
And
that's the other thing. That's
key as well. And it's not just keeping them in Australia, it's keeping them in Queensland. And when we hear stories, there's sadly some major companies up north, there's many people going to be made redundant. If one of these big DIY superstores goes out, unfortunately, a lot of people, we've been told as many as 7,000 people might be looking for jobs.
That's right. And we'd rather keep the jobs local, support the local people, people rather than having overseas workers coming in, taking our jobs, to actually work with our people here directly.
Well, we'll find out a little bit more about some of these courses in a few moments. We'll take a quick break. And also some of the people you've got in attendance this week. And I have to say, apart from the fact that I haven't actually been invited as one of the VIPs, you have got some very impressive guests there. So we'll mention that. But we'll take a quick break. If you just joined us, it is Logan City's 101. Mike Bennett here on the morning show. Amanda Crowther is with us. Emphasis on WHS, that is workplace health and safety. If anybody ever said to you, maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago, that we're playing Whitesnake on Logan City's 101, you would have said, nah, that's never going to happen. But it did. So Amanda Crowther is here. She's from Emphasis on WHS, that is Workplace Health and Safety. And what's really of interest to me, Amanda, you actually have dedicated courses for people with various disabilities. What kind of things?
Yeah, that's right. So we find that people with disabilities very much have an eye for detail, and they're very anal at what they do. So if they've been given that opportunity and sense of direction, so courses such as auditing, because they are anal with what they do. So It could be in auditing, it could be investigations, it could be rehabilitation, could be a fire safety advisor. But there's a wide range of courses that we offer for everybody.
Which is fascinating. And obviously you've got different facilitators, you've got different people running all of these courses.
We do. And so we're not like a lot of RTOs where it's tick and flick sort of thing. We're passionate about what we do.
Just in case people don't know what an RTO is.
It's a registered training organisation. Okay. So we actually spend that extra time with our people because it's all about the quality and the delivery of the training. So when that penny drops, people understand what we do, and you can see that within the individuals.
Indeed. I just wish somebody had put me on a training course for radio back in the day. But anyway, that's another story. Now, it's not just the grand opening that you've got on the 4th of Feb. You've got an involvement with the Chamber of Commerce. What is that?
Yeah, that's right. So the day before the grand opening, which is this week, on the 3rd of February, with the Logan Chamber of Commerce, we actually have a breakfast presentation. So we'll be there at the Springwood State High School this week. So go to their website and book online and come see what it's all about. Which
is great, and it's fantastic when you've got people like the Chamber of Commerce, when you've got groups like that supporting you and backing you. It's got to be a good thing.
Most definitely. So again, we'd like to work with all the business owners and actually help them all. So
a star-studded lineup of local dignitaries on the 4th of February. Who have we got?
We have Leanne Enoch, we have Grace, and we also have Dr. Anthony Leenham. So they're all going to be there on the day, so come on board. Which sounds really great. And you mentioned as well, I mean, what we often find, and especially now I'm learning about networking events here in Australia, it's not just about what you can get from it, it's about making connections. And maybe people, if we're looking at more mature people, might not have a lot of contacts. So just by coming along, making some new friends, getting to know some new people, who knows where that can lead. Exactly. And as I said, we also, for the mature age workers, we are having staff who are within that age bracket. So we're not going to have a 20-year-old training 45 and overs. It's actually people within that age bracket. So. And it's interesting, you've hit on something. We were having a chat at another one of these networking events, and there is this perception, if you walk into a room and the trainer or the facilitator is a lot younger than you instantly think, well, what could they possibly teach me? Exactly. So, just you might want to get a pen and piece of paper ready if you want to get some details, because we're going to give you a telephone number, and we're also going to give you a website where you can get some more information about this. We can tell you that the event happens on the 4th of Feb. That is this very, I know, where's the year going? That's this very week. All kicks off at 10 o'clock in the morning, goes through until 2:30 in the afternoon. The address is Unit 331 Thompson Street. That's in Bowen Hills. The postcode for that is 4006. So, website and telephone number is www.emphasiswhs.com.au. So that's EMPHASIS.WHS.com.au. And the phone number is 1300 4SAFETY, FORSAFETY. See, how easy is that? Even I could remember that. Amanda, I wish you luck with the Chamber of Commerce event and obviously with the grand opening as well. Keep us posted here on Logan City's 101. Let us know how it all goes. Lovely. Thank you so much.